The day has come. I honestly didn't think that I would see these changes come into effect. Twitch today, on their Twitch support Twitter page, which that's a lot of fucking tease, I gotta say. They tweeted out this today regarding the community guidelines. And here it says, our community guidelines are designed to help make Twitch a welcoming place. Content on Twitch is always evolving, and we want to make sure our rules work as intended and keep up with emerging behaviors. When needed, we make updates to our rules to capture those shifts in behavior, and so it's clear to our community what is allowed. Starting on Friday, March 29th, which will be tomorrow by the time this video gets uploaded, content that focuses on intimate body parts for a prolonged period of time will not be allowed. We've included additional detail and definitions in our community guidelines linked below. And then if we go right here onto the community guidelines, so if we click on the link, it goes to sexual content, that part of the community guidelines, and then the one that they are changing, the one that they are adding to this sexual content community guidelines. Every single time I try to record a video, there's always something out my fucking window. Is the section that I'll probably put like a red box around it just so you can see exactly which one it is. And it says, it's the one where it says content that focuses on clothed, intimate body parts such as buttocks, groin, or breast for extended periods of time. I've already made a couple videos about the recent Twitch thought meta that has been going around. And my God, it was fucking wild. Like, I remember I originally covered this. I made a video about how Strawberry Tabby got banned on Twitch for basically for this was her stream. So this was it right here. This was a screenshot from her stream of which she got banned in. And obviously I have to put my beautiful face with my beautiful cap on top of everything because, you know, I don't want my video to get flagged in any way possible. But as you can see, she was just right there in front of the camera, and then she had the fucking butt cam basically just showing everything off. I mean, it was crazy. And as much as, you know, I made a video ages ago about how Twitch has started to ease up on all of their sexual content, which I will get to in a little bit more about, like Twitch doing that now seem to be backtracking. But back to the Strawberry Tabby, is that, yeah, she got banned for this, which I was like, you know what? As much as they're easing up on their sexual content, I definitely think this is a bit too far. And then I saw, not just a few days later, that this Twitch thought meta fucking started to evolve. It started to evolve into something that I honestly was fucking mind blown by. And this is obviously from this clip right here of Morgpie, where instead of just having her ass shown on the right hand side, because, you know, or in the whole screen like she is shown, because obviously, you know, if you just show your butt with no like apparent things going on, you'll most likely get banned for it. So what did they do? She started green screening, like have green screen shorts on, and started putting the gameplay in her fucking ass cheeks. I mean, to be honest, when I saw this, as much as I think that, like, Twitch allowing a lot more sexual content on their website is kind of stupid, like, I personally wouldn't do it. As much as, like, you know what, I have come out and I've said multiple times that, you know what, if they want to go ahead and do it on their website, that's absolutely fine. I personally wouldn't allow it because I don't think it's good for the website in general. But when I saw this, when I saw Morgpie, I was impressed. Like, that's the whole general consensus. Even on Twitter, like, when people have been seeing all these new Twitch metas that have been going on with all these girls, and like I've said previously, is that the three that have been, like, the head of these, like, Twitch metas, and the ones that get brought up on Twitter the most, is Strawberry Tabby, Morgpie, and Asian Buddy. They're like the fucking three musketeers, as I've called them in the past, when it comes to these Twitch thought metas. They're the ones that head, and they're the ones that, like, get the most views when it comes to all these metas. But everyone, even on Twitter, was impressed. I was fucking impressed. Like, holy shit. When I saw that, I was like, I can't be mad at this. Honestly, like, I can't be mad at whatsoever. If anything, I'm fucking impressed. And obviously, they've gotten around of this getting banned because even though they are showing their buttocks and they are showing their breasts, they are, like, you know, getting around the community guidelines of sexual content where they're putting the gameplay in. Or Asian Bunny, who, I mean, I went on her stream today, and this was a screenshot that I pulled. And obviously, once again, I have to cover it because I don't want this video getting fucking flagged. But the way that she's been getting around it is that she's been, like, standing on one of those fucking machines that, like, shakes your ass. And it's, like, meant to be an exercise machine. So she's, like, getting around it of her doing exercise. But even this won't be allowed because, as you can see, even besides, like, just take my face away, I'm pretty sure you can already imagine what is behind, like, these sensors. I've already talked about in the past on how dumb I really think this is. Because this isn't really people that are putting effort into actually trying to, like, make content and be actual content creators. Like, they're not putting effort into their stream and wanting to, you know, like, as much as you might think, like, oh no, Donnie, what do you mean? Of course, they're putting like a little bit of effort into their stream. What are you talking about? But what I mean by that is that they're not trying to grow themselves as a content creator in terms of like the normal content creator on Twitch or YouTube, where they're just trying to be a streamer, whether it's a variety streamer or focus on a single game or just chatting streamer or focus on, like, you know, their videos or whatever. Is that these streamers, all they are trying to do is that they are just their streams on Twitch are just an advertisement for their OnlyFans. That's all it is. If you go into the beach and bikini section onto Twitch, or even so much the ASMR section on Twitch, because if you have to go into the ASMR section, that's all just sexualized content as well. But the girls who are doing this stuff, all they are doing is to try and funnel you from their Twitch to try and advertise themselves on a normal website and say, hey guys, look how sexy I am. Get you to their Instagram or Twitter, because Twitch doesn't allow you to directly link your OnlyFans, because you can't like advertise a sexual website, which is what basically pretty much OnlyFans has become, even though it didn't start off as that. But you can't do that on Twitch. Like, you're not allowed to advertise any sexual content directly onto Twitch. Now, like I mentioned earlier in the video, is that Twitch have started to ease up on their guidelines in the last few months. I can't remember how long ago it was. I think it was, earlier this year, but it was at least a couple months ago now, when that Twitch came out and they were like completely redid their whole entire guidelines, and it was mainly about their sexual content and allowing a lot more stuff on their website. And when this first came out, I didn't see it as them just saying like, oh yeah, we want sexual content on our website, and we're just going to allow it from now on, and this is what's going to happen, is that we want Twitch to become more sexual. Is that I kind of saw it as them just being a little bit more experimental. As we saw and as we heard in the last few months, when it came to last year and the years before that, is that Twitch is not profitable on their own. They are being funded by Amazon. So to me, is that when it came to them changing their community guidelines, is that they were just kind of testing of what they can do for advertisers. Because as much as like the feedback for all this sexual content wasn't great, in retrospect, Twitch doesn't actually really give a shit what the majority of people think. Because even though people complain about this, they're still going to go ahead, hop on Twitch and watch the usual people that they watch, or keep watching these sexual content creators. What they care about is the advertisers. That's really what Twitch actually gives a shit about. And obviously, in the last couple months, they have been experimenting with this whole sexual content. And we already saw after a few days of them, like when they originally announced allowing a little bit more sexual content on their platform, that they already backtrack on some of it, especially when it came to the sexual content for art. Because if you had to click on art in the first couple days that the sexual content like guidelines were eased up on it, I've already said this in previous videos whenever I've mentioned any type of like sexual content on Twitch, is that all it was for the first couple days was furry porn. That's all it was. And there was some people who were doing lolly porn, which is just fucking absolutely disgusting. So they obviously had to take the sexual art away, because like it was literally just like could have been deemed illegal art. And obviously with this sexual content, they have been like pulling back on a couple guidelines since they originally like, you know, changed their whole entire community guidelines and eased up on the whole sexual content. They've obviously like, you know, been kind of adding things back in and saying like, we're not going to allow this anymore. Actually, we're seeing, you know, all these OnlyFans girls are now starting to do this. So now we're going to pull back on this. We're not going to allow this anymore, because it's all advertisers. Because advertisers will see this stuff on Twitch's website thinking that like, oh, you know, Twitch is meant to be a relatively PG website, which I mean, it kind of is advertised as a, well, not really. It's more of like, if you had to like rate it, I'd say it's like more M for mature kind of rating. But this just goes into like the whole space of like MA and R18+, which advertisers don't like. Advertisers don't like to advertise on any type of website that has this type of sexual content. They don't want to see this whatsoever. So obviously advertisers have gone to Twitch and obviously mentioned their disgust and say like, hey, even though it's not a big majority, which if you really look through Twitch, it's not a massive majority of people. But when it comes to anything, it's always the minority that ruins it for the majority. So if there's just a few amount of people, and the 3 girls that I've mentioned, Strawberry Tabby, Morgue Pie, and Asian Bunny, they do get a decent amount of views. Like when I clicked on Asian Bunny's stream to just see what the hell like she was doing, take a screenshot for this video, because I knew that if she was streaming, there was going to be something absolutely fucking wild on her stream. She was streaming to 3.8 thousand viewers, which, I mean, like, if you see compared to other people, isn't all that much, but I mean, it's still a lot of people. Like, 4,000 people is a lot of people to stream to. And there was also someone else that was live that was doing the same thing that was streaming to about 4,000 people as well, which is enough for advertisers to go, hey, Twitch, we don't like what you're doing. There's too much sexual content on your website and we want you to pull back on it. So that's obviously what they've done. And to be honest, I think it will be better for the long run. As much like I've said, Twitch can do whatever they want, but I don't think it's good for... I never thought that this sexual content would be good for the future, but I kind of knew that it was just them necessarily like kind of testing the waters to see what they can and can't get away with when it comes to advertisers. But obviously, they've pulled back on this stuff, which, to be honest, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised whatsoever. But let me know what you guys think about this down below. That's it from me. Peace out.